Hi, welcome back to the channel. Just gonna pull a couple of cards this morning. I'm just getting one of the messages is to start your day doing something that you love. Getting yourself into something about brainwave states that you start out when you first wake up in a lower brainwave state. And there's something about activating like that theta state in your mind in order to, intentionally, in order to set the tone for your day or to get ahead of or cancel out those, it's not necessarily lower vibrational thoughts, though they are less beneficial to you. It's because they're coming from a slower brainwave frequency. And so our human brains attach thoughts to those frequencies. So when we wake up first thing in the morning, when we're feeling sluggish or tired, or the frequency of our brain is slower, we right away start thinking thoughts that match that slower frequency. Like, I woke up this morning replaying all of the bad plays that I had in my softball game last night, instead of all of the really good ones. I just kept replaying those ones that I could have done differently or that I was beating myself up for. First things I thought about. It's probably the first things that I thought about or the last things I thought about when I went to bed last night too. So even just recognizing that, oh, my brain is in a slower frequency right now. Of course. It almost makes it easier to detach from the feelings that are stirred up attached to those thoughts. Your body is just speaking to you. Like, my body is in repair right now too because of the what I put it through yesterday when I was playing. So it's like when your body's in that state of repair, it's in this trying to fix frequency. Right? I hope that makes sense. Like, so then your brain goes to and connecting thoughts to things I should fix, things I should have done better, things I need to fix about myself. Like, the thoughts connected to it, but really it's just it's a bodily function that's happening at the time. It's so interesting. It's like it's just happening in your body. You can detach your mind from it altogether. This is what I should fix about it. There's something about focusing on what's really good. So when you realize that, it's almost like you can just thank your body for its ability to heal itself and what it's in the process of doing right now. How can I help you to do that? I need to not stress myself out even more by attaching those thoughts and beating myself up. And like, I literally beat my body up yesterday while I was playing. So my body now is like, okay, I need to catch up. I need to do all of this repair for what we were put through yesterday. And so it's just, and it doesn't do it from a resentful state. It just, that's what it does. It repairs. So let's detach the thoughts, okay? The first two cards that came, so that's where we're starting in the first place. So whether there's a thought that you have that you wake up thinking in the morning, or you woke up thinking this morning, or there's some sort of belief that you have about yourself, or like when someone else is acting a certain way towards you, you attach a meaning or thought or story to it. And I feel like your body is reacting to, and your mind, you're picking up on their frequency, the frequency of their brain or their body that's repairing itself or thinking it needs to fix itself in some kind of way. But you apply that story to yourself. So they're acting a certain way. They don't realize that it's about their body trying to fix itself because they're doing something unhealthy. There's someone in your life who's doing something unhealthy, who doesn't take care of the body, who doesn't eat right, like just consistently eating terrible things for themselves, or drinking or smoking or whatever it is. And their body is in the state of trying to repair itself. They're doing it because they don't feel like they're good enough, because they actually are insecure, or they're down on themselves. They're beating themselves up about something that's not working for them, or something that they haven't mastered yet, or something they used to be better at and now they can't, or something like that. They're beating themselves up about their body too, like, you know, they eat all this bad food or drink and blah, 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 but then they wake up in the morning feeling bad about their body. And so it makes them drink even more, because then they try to escape those bad feelings or whatever it is. You are picking up on that from them, because what they do when they're in that frequency, oh man, this is good. When they're in that frequency and their body is trying to repair itself, there's something there that's not good enough or not healthy enough. And their thoughts get attached to it too. And so they're in this thought process, this frequency in their mind of looking at the things that are not good enough with them. That's what they notice. They notice their belly too big, or they notice this about themselves. But it also causes them to notice those things about other people. So they notice those things about you. It's easier for them to focus on the negative things about you and point those things out and just like, oh, well, than the positive things. Like, well, yeah, you know, they did this, or yeah, they have this really beautiful thing, but this thing stands out more, this negative trait stands out more than any of these other things over here. It's easier for them. So then you pick up on that frequency. You can sense that they're noticing those things about you. And you notice those things about you. And you notice those things about them. There's this theme of training your brain to focus on what you want it to, regardless of what's happening in your body. When you are in this negative thought pattern, just know that your body is in a state of repair at the time. It's communicating that to you too. Don't attach thoughts to that. If you can rise above that and be aware of that, when you feel that coming from them, you can detach from that, because it's not about you. And if they choose, or if they aren't self-aware enough to realize what they're doing, they're focusing on all the negative things about everyone else around them, because it's really about them, how bad they feel about themselves. You can shift what you focus on. The reticular activating system in your mind, in your brain. It filters out all of this. There's so much stimulus out there. Like, your brain cannot possibly process all of the stimuli that's out there. I mean, it would just explode. That's this Ace of Swords. Look at that coming out her head. Just like, these cards right here are all about mastering your thoughts. Telling your brain what to pay attention to and what to think. Are you thinking your thoughts, or are your thoughts thinking you? Are they taking over? The reticular activating system. So, like, if you decide that you want to buy a red truck, you then are going to notice all the red trucks out there. Every single day, you're like, man, I didn't even realize there were that many red trucks, because your brain was not focusing on those things. Once you think a thought, Your brain will then pick those things out. It's meant to ferret out danger too. Like, we're programmed to like sense and pay attention for incoming danger in order to protect ourselves. But we can reprogram that. So you can decide and tell your brain, tell that reticular activating system what to focus on. I want this. I want to buy a red truck. You're going to notice all the red trucks. I want to read for more people. I want to read for more people. So you're going to notice where the opportunities for that are. Or other people are going to notice that you do that. Whatever it is, you have to tell yourself what to pay attention to. So are you going to pay attention to all of the negative things? Or are you going to focus on the positive things? So from my game yesterday, like really focusing on all of the positive aspects. And we lost the games too, both of them. Focus on what the positive was from those experiences. What I did better in that game than I had done in other games or something like that. Like really being intentional with it and shifting that. As my body does the repair, it's almost like you can feed that higher vibrational thought process, those brain waves, to your body to assist it in the healing process. So instead of like sitting down there with this this slower frequency that's in repair, it's almost like feeding it with, yeah, you're doing a really great job, and do you remember when you picked that ball up and you made a double play? And your body is like, yeah, that's helping. Okay, thank you. Because it is working really hard. How can I assist it? You can assist it with thoughts. Feed your body with thoughts of support and not giving it more stress. The more that you beat yourself up and the more that you allow yourself to be like taken over by this frequency of just like more densities, lower thoughts, the more you allow yourself to let that run rampant, the harder it's going to be for your body to repair whatever it's repairing right now. Your body is in repair right now for, I don't know what you did or what you ate yesterday or you didn't get enough sleep last night or something. You can assist your body and help it. If you're in a negative thought process right now, you're doing a disservice to your body. So we have to focus on what does feel good right now. What feels good? If you feel the worst that you have ever felt in your life right now at this moment, there is still something that we can look at and say, what does feel good? What feels okay on my body? Right now, my nose feels okay. I don't know. I mean, my feet feel strong. I still can feel the connection of the floor underneath of my feet. I love feeling the sturdiness of that. So even if you were sick at the time, laying in bed, I just love the way this bed makes my body feel supported, and I just feel cozy. In all of my sickness, in as bad as I feel right now, this bed helps that. And so you're feeding your body not stressful thoughts that will stress it out, something about your nervous system, like working with your body to balance your nervous system with your thoughts. Like that's your assignment for today. Learning how just to overcome one thought that's standing out for you right now. Something about you that you feel like you need to fix. What is that? We need to work to master those thoughts. There's something about you that is not yours, that you have taken on because of these recurring thoughts. You can feel this frequency with them, and you even just being involved with them and around them and having them in your realm affects your frequency because you're sensing theirs. But without knowing it, you've attached thoughts about yourself to yourself. Something negative, something that you need to fix, something that's not good enough about you, because of the influence of their frequency. You don't need them to focus on all the good things about you in order to feel that validation, to know those things about yourself. Just don't accept that from their field. That's about you. Feed yourself with what's right about you. Tell your brain what to notice. And it's not even about you. Like when you tell yourself, yeah, but remember that play? Remember that play? Remember that play? What about when you did that? When you caught those two balls right over there? Like, that was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. You're even going to attract other people who are going to say those same things to you or point out something nice about you. Also, do that for other people. So I was walking through the store the other day with my daughter, and this woman had this really, it was like this royal blue color dress on or something, and I was just like, man, as soon as we were walking by her, I was just like, that's a really great color on you. Just randomly out of the blue, and she was like, oh my God, thank you. What a nice thing to say. Thank you. And I just kept walking. It was just this, I noticed it, I said it, she needed it clearly at the time. And it lit her up like that, the shock of it. Just, wow, thank you. Those kinds of moments are a reflection of deep intimacy and connection with humans around you. Okay, and you're going to attract that from other people too. You know what that was? Oh, that's interesting. You know what that was I have that same color sweater, and every time I wear that, someone points out, like, what a great color that is on me, or how good I look in that color. And I'm pretty sure it was that exact same color. And every time somebody says it, I'm just like, thank you. It's almost like I fed it back out there again. So it's a reflection of noticing something about yourself, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so do that for other people too. That's your assignment. Mastering our thoughts. Don't do it in order to get something back. Say those things to yourself too, like in the mirror, as if it were another person. Instead of just looking at the part of your body that you're wanting to fix. I'm just looking, like, sometimes I do that first thing in the morning. Like, I look in the mirror, and right away I look at my belly, which is my sensitive place. And I've gained weight there, and every day I look at it, and I'm just like, the last couple of days, I've just been like, I love you, belly. I can see that you're trying to protect me from something. I want to try to help you out with that. It's trying to protect me. It's like putting on these layers. It's putting on like insulation. It's putting on layers in order to protect me from something. I haven't really listened to it yet to see what that is, but I can see that it's trying to work. Like, I appreciate that about my body. Not that I don't want the layers, that's for sure. But it's doing that. It has a purpose. So I'm going to work a little bit harder to figure out what it is that I'm feeding it that is causing it to put these layers on. That it's a natural function. I love that my body just goes into this mode of trying to protect me from something. So thank you, body. Thank you, belly. I'm going to work a little harder to figure out what it is so you don't have to work quite so hard. And so that we can work together. Not that I need to fix it because it's shameful and it's fat and I just don't like it. That's shame. I don't want to feed it shame. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's these layers of shame or something. I don't know. I'm going to listen to it and just sit with it and see what that is so I can feed it thoughts of like what will help it. Okay? Courage. Oh, wow, look at that. It takes courage to be optimistic. But look at the way they're both facing this light and absorbing it and really stepping into it. For some people, like that kind of positivity or that kind of like really intentional, conscious effort to master our thoughts and feelings and it's like going into the unknown. It's a lot easier to stay in that lower frequency. Because sometimes it takes work to be happy. Happy is a choice. It takes bravery to choose that, especially when it means stepping away from somebody else, or like if that energy, those people, that whoever it is that you're around that is constantly in that state or doesn't want to make changes to help their body repair or whatever it is, and you're constantly having to battle the way you react to that and the way you attach thoughts to it and the way you're affected by their frequency, sometimes it takes real courage to choose happiness by, I need to be around frequencies that don't affect me that way, that just, creating a boundary, creating a barrier around that. Like if you're always just going to be that way, that's your thing, and I'm not going to shame you for it. It affects me too much. I can't be around it. Right? It takes bravery to do that, to choose that. So there is something that you're being asked to step into. And at the same time, you're being asked to step into it and away from something else. Okay? I'm going to get more specifics into that. Like specifically what the situations are. I'll do that reading next, or I'll post it tomorrow or something. I'm gonna dive into the tarot a little bit more. Yeah, this is like choosing to rise above the storms and coming into a more peaceful place, like really allowing yourself to fly. For some of you, it's like a move. I'm seeing a moving to a place that is more abundant in nature, more surrounded by nature more. Yeah, look at that. He's all in the woods and stuff. Yeah. For some of you, this is a literal move. Okay? I'm going to get more into specifics about that. I'll do another reading and I'll post that tomorrow, okay? So that was that. That was that today. I love you guys.